Midnight whispers, velvet shadows fall again. In the silence of desire, let the chaos reign. Neon halos in the rain, ghosts of lovers call my name. Velvet darkness on your skin, pull me deeper into sin. Every touch a slow decay, every promise drifts away. In your eyes I see the flame, calling softly through the pain. Heaven fades into the night, truth dissolves beneath the light. Every heartbeat screams your name, whisper softly.
Chaos reigns.
Let the chaos reign tonight, lost between the dark and light. Hearts collide inside the flame, no salvation in the game. Let the chaos take control, feel the thunder in your soul. In the silence of the pain, let the chaos reign. Let the chaos reign. Crimson moon across the sky, fallen angels passing by. Every kiss a sweet disguise, fire dancing in your eyes. With a sentence they deny, two dark shadows side by side. When the world dissolves away, chaos finds another way. Heaven fades into the night, truth dissolves beneath the light. Every heartbeat screams your name, whisper softly. Chaos reign. Let the chaos reign tonight, lost between the dark and light. Hearts collide inside the flame, no salvation in the game. Let the chaos take control, feel the thunder in your soul. In my silence of the pain, let the chaos reign. Kings may fall, crowns may break. Love is just a sweet mistake. In the ruins we remain, breathing fire through the pain. Let the chaos reign tonight, heaven burning out of sight. In the ashes we remain, let the chaos reign. Let the darkness take control, feel the thunder in your soul. Through the fire and the pain, let the chaos reign. In the shadows, let the chaos reign.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.
Yes. Yes, welcome guys. Welcome to another edition stream here on the Chaos Rain Show. And we are now into the spring. We are jumping into spring 2026. My God, the snow has finally ended. And now we're going to see better, brighter days to come. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Chaos Rain Show. Like always, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Chaos Rain Show. And if you're not following me on all my many social media links, they're in the description of every show, every video live. So please follow me. Also, please become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Membership has perks, like always. And I mean always. And what else I'm beginning on here? I'm just going through the little. No, that's not a good picture. Yeah, that's a terrible picture. I don't know what the hell I'm getting out is. Anyhow. We could probably use this one. It's supposed to have a nose ring. What the hell is this? All right. I'll download it. Okay. Y'all all came here for, as you know, this will be the open panel edition. Let me see if I put everything in my description. Getting things started. Let me put this here. And like always, guys, I'm multitasking. So, if I do, don't hear myself talk, I do apologize. Because, it's such challenging to do all this, All right, let me mute that. Let me add this here. Pin this. All right, we can begin, guys. And to make sure my device is working on the other end, I haven't done one of these regular big view streams. So, and this is gonna be a pretty lengthy stream. I have some videos, guys. I have things up here to show. Fourth, I must ask my Roku. I don't want a Roku. What's this?
If you look at the
I don't know what this is. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, guys. All right. I found it. Okay, let's begin, guys. First few videos. Well, the first video I'm going to play, and it needs to be discussed. This is very important. Oh, and the chat room is open. Y'all guys could chat freely into my chat room. Please be aware of your language. This here I saw that came my desk. And this is very telling. And this is the reason why a lot of women, unfortunately, why I see a lot of women, generally, especially black women, why they're so receptive to homosexuality. Here's why. Let's go.
And your sex is very expensive. It's very costly. Do you understand that 60% of these black men are not wearing condoms? Do you understand that
Now, this right here, I'm not sure where this little stupid data came from. It's a black MSM 9,100, black woman 3,523, and they're not really talking about the black woman that sleeps outside the race. That also contributes, you ladies, to getting the the HIVs. But I'll keep that secret. And they say here straight black men 1,932. Interesting. Very interesting. But let's continue. And make sure you guys hit the like button.
Many of these black men are DL. Do you understand that many of these men who go into jail at a 20...
You mean you're on the download, my brother? You're teaching black women to screw outside their race. Okay. While you up here screwing outside your race with other men, including black men that are unfortunately, of the same nature as ilk as yourself that follows the homosexual behaviors. Let's continue.
percent STI rate come out of jail at an 80% STI rate, and that when you sleep with someone, you're sleeping with everybody in the community. Black women represent more than 50% of all HIV cases among women. Your sex is expensive.
And don't forget the STD that you ladies also contract as well.
Welcome back to another Medium Man review. Thank you guys for tuning in. This video was sent to me. This is a popular gay dating coach for Black women. You guys heard the intro.
Yeah, a weird funny man, we call him. Yes, he is of that ilk. He is, you know, teaching Black women to unfortunately expand, level up, and all that stuff. And there's so many dating coaches, a lot of Black women. It tells you Black women really don't know what the hell they're doing. But I digress. Let's go.
You heard all the information that he said in regards to the statistics. Not one reference was cited. Looked in the comments. Every Black woman agreed. Now, the reason why I'm reviewing this video is not to necessarily convince those Black women who follow this man. I believe that there is a narrative to degrade heterosexual Black men, and they do so in order to get Black women away from heterosexual Black men. But what's crazy about this conversation is that him as a gay man, if you look at the statistics, they say something completely different. And sometimes I question why Black women keep falling for this same grip. I'm not trying to convince Black women to believe otherwise, the ones who follow him, but I do want to bring these types of conversations to light to let people know that there are people out there that are definitely trying to diminish Black men's, heterosexual Black men's ethnic image, and they'll spread this information to Black women, and Black women will run into the world believing it. But the numbers say something completely different. And I understand that him as a gay man, I'm pretty sure he understands that he has more influence over Black women than a heterosexual Black man ever could. Because we all know that the only people that can actually correct Black women are homosexual Black men. And I think he understands that, so he puts out these false statistics to make it seem.
And it makes me wonder, why would a homosexual Black man is the only man of many men of any ethnic group has the audacity to correct Black women's behavior? That I find very strange and ironic. Don't y'all agree with me? So really, truly, you can't complain about or bitch about the homosexuality in the Black community, including yourself, ladies, because you ladies are more inclined of the homosexual behaviors than men in a very high numbers. They said 1 out of 4 now, I think. Can't remember what number. But you cannot complain and bitch about homosexuality or the men is on the down low when you open the doors and still open arms with the homosexual Black men. We gotta be, things gotta make sense. I'm just saying. Anyhow, let's keep listening.
Like Black men are just detrimental to Black women, so they should consider dating outside of their race. And I've seen the one video of his where he was doing this fake breakdown. There's only so many Black men available.
Hey, I'm over here. My name's Anwar. I'm a dating coach for Black women, and so often I hear about Black women who are just focused on dating Black men. And I wanted to break down the numbers because I was an undergrad statistics major, so I look up at love quantitatively and qualitatively. So I wanted to break it down to let you know how difficult you are making your love life be just by focusing on Black men. Now, if we take into account unemployment, underemployment, gay, and in prison, you are looking at 2 out of every 100 men, 2 Black men out of every 100 men that are going to be bare minimum available for a relationship. So that's 1 out of 50.
And I get it, man. You have a audience base. And again, this video is not for the Black women in this comment section agreeing and saying that this is true, not taking accountability for the things that they do, their sexual patterns, who they sleep with, who they're open to sleeping with, and also for the homosexual Black men, for him to be disingenuous and not tell Black women the actual truth. what's going on with the HIV rates in the Black community. That was very alarming to me.
Black women represent more than 50% of all HIV cases among women.
Let's talk about the HIV statistics, because this is where accuracy really matters. According to the surveillance data from the CDC, HIV in the Black community are not primarily driven by heterosexual Black men. The largest share of HIV diagnoses occurs among Black men who have sex with men. Who account for roughly about 60 to 70% of new HIV diagnoses among Black men. The second most effective group is who? Heterosexual Black women. After that comes heterosexual.
All right, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Hold on, I'm multitask right now. I would say Media Man has a good point about the data statistics, because these same individuals are running their mouth. They're not even giving you the numbers. They just like to talk, and I don't like that. That's why I saw respect with a lot of these so-called content creators, because they just want to run their mouth and just do foolishness. But all right, let me let the thing keep playing, because I'm kind of doing something right now. I'm gonna get back to y'all. Let's continue.
Sexual Black men, who account for a much smaller share of the cases, typically around 10 to 15% of diagnoses among Black men, depending on the year of reporting. So if we're being honest about the data, the group most affected by HIV in the Black community is not heterosexual Black men. It's male-to-male transmission networks. And sometimes Black women, you are included in those networks, because sometimes you guys don't have an issue sleeping with men who have sex with other men.
Want to protect Black women? Stop sleeping with so many and giving all of them herpes. And then, want to protect Black women? Stop sleeping with so many and giving all of them herpes.
Dad to two by two women. Have you ever been married?
I haven't.
Never married. All right, what kind of woman you looking for now, Christopher?
We discussed this before.
I don't remember.
I was on your show in February.
And this is one, the little fruity man, the one that gets poked and doing the poking for a living. Oh yes, that's one of them. Unfortunately. And I said this before, and I say this again. There's no such thing as bisexuality when it comes to the Black community. That includes bisexual women, Black women, and bisexual men. Once you engage in, I guess, eating or sucking or whatever with the same sex, you are now treading in the realms of homosexuality, and you are by default at that. So let's continue.
So I am looking for a man.
Real quick, are you bisexual? Is that what we call it?
Not anymore. I told you before that really didn't matter. Females mostly hit me up. Females would still try to talk. Females are going to be the ones to reach out to me. And it was like out of maybe 1,000 follows and messages and all that, maybe 10 were dudes and the rest were females.
So are you open to females, or is it men only?
Men only.
Okay, so So you're saying 990 ladies reached out to you, and only 10 men reached out to you.
Yeah,
And you said on that live that you wanted men only too?
I did.
While the ladies still reached out to you.
Yeah.
It's a man shortage, child. They trying to get a man, child.
Ms. Ware, you claim that after one night of passion with the defendant, you ended up pregnant, but he is now denying paternity of your 3-year-old son, Ayante.
We would hang out with each other, you know, long talks. You know, this is my gay best friend, you know.
Oh, your gay best friend?
Yes.
And at that time, Mr. Wilson, you were dating men?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were dating other people at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was bored. I was home alone, you know. I was like, you want to come over, you know, get him some drinks, you know, hold up and chill with Netflix or something. And
when you do your neck like that, that means you up to something.
Yes.
Okay. That's why you said it.
You know, we got to drinking, watching little movies or whatever, and I ain't gonna lie, I made a move, and he didn't push me away, so that was my reassurance.
Okay. I see somebody in the chat room. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna look at the chat room. Please, guys, make sure you hit comment, like, and you know the deal. Let me see what's going on in the chat room. I think one person's chatting. Make sure that's an accurate chat. All right, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna read your chat now. And the rules here for the Chaos Radio Show: if Google does not allow your chat to go through, I will not read it. Now, if you really want me to read your chat and it's something that I couldn't see the first time, you can put in a super chat. No, I will prefer your guys' support channel, but we're gonna move forward. Alpha the First says this: I did not know Kendra was doing Rainbow Men or Women. I thought she. Oh no, my good friend. Oh no, you've been sadly mistaken. Oh no, Kendra G has all the weirdos on her show. One thing I respect Kevin, and this is just a known fact for those that watched Kevin when he was alive. Kevin Samuels does not entertain, on the average, on his YouTube channel, men that or women, well, let's say either or, from what I can remember, and I watched enough of his episodes. Even when he shifted his platform from men to focus on women now, he never had people that were gay or bi on his platform saying they're looking for a mate. On the average, Kendra G, a different person. She has all the people on her platform, from gay, straight, you name it. She has them on her podcast. So if you didn't know, now you know. And let me see what's right. Okay, I think that's the only thing that went through. That was the only comment that went through. So the other comment they go through, you're going to have to rewrite that comment or put it in super chat. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Okay, maybe he want this too.
So wait, now, when did you start even liking him?
Oh, I liked him from day one. I'm confident about myself. You know, he might think he's gay or whatever. You know, that's why I'm thinking to myself, he think he's gay. You know, but he ain't met me.
So you had been plotting on this all the time, but you were waiting for the time to make your move.
Yes, ma'am.
So you really had your eyes on your gay best friend. This is the guy you really wanted.
Yes, ma'am.
She kind of seduced me. You know, we started drinking. I got intoxicated. One thing led to another.
She seduced you how?
Basically, after she got me drunk, she kind of started filling up on me and stuff. So, and then, you know, it went from oral, then it just went from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I asked the question, didn't I? So, Miss Ware, you had your plan all mapped out.
Yes, ma'am.
You ain't no shame in your game, huh?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
So stop blaming heterosexual black men and start to take some accountability and focus your attention on the homosexual black men, particularly guys like this who will spread this false information to try and skirt responsibility and demonize heterosexual black men as if we're the problem.
Do you understand that 60% of these black men are not wearing condoms?
Now let's directly address a claim that was made, that 60% of black men don't use condoms. The first question we have to ask is simple. Where is the data for that claim? Because when we actually go to official...
All right, I'm back. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. Let's see. Okay, I see. I'm pulling your chat up. All right. It was rewriting. The story is why I never trust the one gay friend. Yeah. It's funny. Now that you mention that, and let people know this is open panel. I have not put the link for the open yet because I want to go through a few videos first. It's like this. We all know that women are more receptive to homosexuality than men, especially in the West, we call America. I've learned firsthand that I will count more in my lifetime, or even on social media, more women that said they are bisexual or, fully gay than anything else. And the insanity of it all is, why are you complaining about homosexual men, especially black men, and you're gay? Is there a different correlation? Because what I've noticed, and this is where a lot of men, especially you gentlemen, be very careful of these women that want to engage in all types of debauchery and real perversion, degeneracy. In words of, she likes to get hit from the back door, or she likes to eat the back door, or whatever you want to call it. You want to avoid those women at all costs, because what has happened, what I've noticed now, any woman that likes that, they have to be very suspect. Very suspect. And let's keep going.
Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the numbers tell a completely different story, according to the CDC's National Center for Health Statistics, in a report titled Unmarried Men's Contraceptive Use at Recent Sexual Intercourse, United States 2011 to 2015, published in August 2017. Researchers used data from the National Survey of Family Growth to examine condom use across racial groups. And what they found directly contradicts that claim. Approximately 54.3% of non-Hispanic black men reported using a condom at their last sexual encounter. That is higher than non-Hispanic white men at 44.2% and higher than Hispanic men at 42.1%. So not only is the claim that black men don't use condoms unsupported, the actual data shows that black men are the most likely to use condoms among the major racial groups in that data set. Now, when you break it down even further, it becomes even more clear. The CDC also found that condom use is highest among younger men, especially those between the ages of 15 and 19, where usage rates reach approximately 75%. So when you combine those two facts, what you're really looking at is this: young black men are among the highest condom users in the country. And this isn't just one isolated finding. The CDC also reported that a higher percentage of unmarried non-Hispanic black men use the male condom compared to Hispanic and non-Hispanic white men overall.
And it's very telling, and it goes back to show that this thing about condoms, who's really intended for, even the use of it, and not only Christian, but use for it now here in the West. I would propose that condoms, the way how it's designed and constructed, was really designed for non-white men. Yeah, I'm convinced it's great for them. Yeah, because they're not using much condoms like black men does. And the reason why black men use condoms, really, is not to knock women up. This is that simple. But anyhow, let's keep going.
We rely on actual CDC data. The narrative that black men are uniquely irresponsible when it comes to condom use is simply not supported. In fact, the data shows the opposite.
So if he is claiming, or if anybody else is claiming that black men uniquely refuse condoms, they need to provide evidence for that claim, because the data we actually have does not support that narrative.
Do you understand that many of these black men are DL?
Like you, sir? Like you, sir? You are actually gay? Yes. Yeah. Let's go.
When researchers actually studied this narrative, they found the opposite of what social media and this guy suggested. Research shows that among men who have sex with men, about 20% identify as down low, but not all of them are black. And even when accounting for
not all of them black. And the ones that are black, shame on you that you're on the download, still messing around, dabbling with shit, and then dabbling with women's shit is disgusting. But let's continue.
DL men, heterosexual black men, still don't make up the overwhelming majority. That belongs to white men. So yes, the DL population exists, but no, it is not large enough to change the broader truth. And that doesn't even address the fact that there are more LGBTQ black women than LGBTQ black men. And you can find this information on the Williams Institute. And also, I want you guys to listen to a video that I created about explaining what MSM actually means.
I went to my gynecologist. Before you, every level in my body was fine.
Baby, are you sick? Talk to me.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
I'm saying that your husband is a man, Joe. Just a man who enjoys having sex with another man, Joe.
Enjoy being yourself. When I get back, I want you gone and take your HIV with you.
Do you understand that many of these men who go into jail at a 20% STI rate come out of jail at an 80% STI rate?
Again, where is that number coming from? Black women. Did you ask that question? HIV prevalence in prisons closer to about 1 to 2%. There is no credible data set showing anything close to an 80% infection rate. Only about 3 to 5% of black men are incarcerated at any given time when you look at the adult population. And black women, you should also be asking yourselves another question. Why are you accepting these claims without sources? Because if someone is presenting serious health accusations about millions of black men, the burden of proof should be extremely high. You guys are not requiring that. Is it because that you don't care? You don't mind when...
No, wrong, my brother. They do care. But the problem is they only care when it applies to them. If it's about black men, all day, every day till Sunday, go in. Talk bad about this Negro here. He is no good. He's shit. He won't give no I want. He's this, he that. They love it. They want to eat it up like cake. As long as you talk about this black man, it's all good. It's all gold. It's all Jeezy. Here, baby. Let's continue.
People talk mess about heterosexual black men. If that's the case, cool. But if we're going to call ourselves professionals and you guys are going to consider yourselves one of the most educated groups in America, then this is what needs to happen. Okay?
When I say things like don't have sex until you're in an exclusive relationship, I fucking mean it. And if I'm saying this out of passion. I want y'all to be safe.
If the goal is to help black women or trying to stop black women from having sex before getting into committed relationships, you could have just said that. But instead, you brought heterosexual black men into this equation, and it had nothing to do with us. Actually, it has more to do with the homosexual black male population. And that's something that this guy needs to be talking to black women about. Heterosexual black men rank third, black women second, homosexual black men third. So why isn't he addressing that? And I know that there has to be some healthcare professionals that listen to this guy, black women. I know you guys are in there and you just letting this shit ride. And I don't understand. Why do that? If you know the truth, we are all professionals here. I've been working in the public health field for about 22 years now. You really think I would allow somebody to lie on black women on a public platform just because I'm trying to get clients and things like that? No, I never do that. So why would you guys allow that? Do you guys hate black men that much that you will allow some guy to get on social media and spew that about your male counterparts? That's insane to me. This stuff has to stop, man. And this is not the first time that a homosexual black man has gone viral for saying something crazy about black men. So you guys can go ahead and check the description, do the research for yourselves. Then you can decide who needs the most help first. It's definitely not heterosexual black men. Okay. And black women, you need to be mindful. All right. Yeah, this is getting embarrassing, man. And hopefully the black community understands what's going on. But until the next time, I gotta, every month there's somebody that goes viral for talking crazy about heterosexual black men. And every time I'll be right there to check it. All right. And you can count on that. So until next time, Medium and out. Peace.
All right. So that's just the blips of that. Enough of that. That's video one. And now I'm gonna look at some video clips here. Before we look at some video clips, I want to go into this thing with the Ari Lennox, and this is from the other brother as I played earlier, because I noticed this was the talk about the week before. I never cover it because I was at the point, personally, for those that don't know, Ari Lennox is the typical Western woman, or what they consider Western Keisha, in how they move in regards to the mating or dating pool for men that they are more attracted to. So Ari Lennox, from her admitting why her dating habits and why she curved a lot of good men, was nothing new to me, for those that don't know. And for better context, for people that don't know what I'm talking about, let the brother speak more about this energy. So no further ado, I'm going to run this video here, and then we're going to run some short clips, and I'm going to go for some articles. Let's see, where is it? Okay, here we go. Ari Lennox.
Before I get into what I'm about to say about Ari Lennox and her recent comments, I want to remind black women of something, because sometimes in these conversations, there seems to be a little bit of selective memory loss.
Today is significant. Why?
32 years today, we walked down the aisle.
Even though he was an hour late.
You got cold feet?
I did. Plus the night prior, my bachelor's party with the fellas. And
what happened at the bachelor party?
I've learned in life some things you need to take to the graveyard.
Oh, come on. When I met him, he told me, you're my starter, but I got other ones on the bench. A couple months after we got married, he looked at me and said, I never had fun. Literally, he backslid for 5 years. One of his girlfriends came to my job to confront me because she found out about me. And I had to be like, chick, I'm the wife.
I can remember before she had this encounter with God, I would come home 2-3 days later, my clothes would be bleached.
Yeah.
Now I'm coming home 2-3 days later, and she's like, what do you want for dinner? Yeah.
So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you. Right. I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet a side chick by ironing his clothes and getting him ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this.
Part of the problem with a lot of people, they're looking more for preference preference over purpose. I believe that this is my purpose because she really wasn't my preference.
I wasn't.
So what made you keep coming back to her?
I was in that time, even though God showed me her, I was still walking according to my preference. I liked light-skinned, long hair, petite models, all that crazy nonsense. I like what I want.
Yeah.
And so the Lord had to show me that that's where I was at. I was just in that season. I was open to what God had for me, but I was still walking according to my preference.
That's good.
And it wasn't until I said, okay, man, I surrender. I'm tired of meeting them my way. I need to meet someone, Lord, according to your way.
Now, when those clips went viral, Black women collectively lost their minds.
What? Shit, I didn't lose my mind because Black women love that. Don't think that they lost their mind. Don't believe that. Some women in the back, when they saw that, they got wet just knowing that this man had many options and he explored. Don't be fooled, gentlemen. Do not be fooled. Let's hear the stupid chicks and her reaction to that. Let's go.
Why are all of these men coming on the Dear Future Wifey podcast to tell the world essentially that their wife is not their preference? When a man says that the woman that he's with or his wife is not his preference, all that means is that you're a consolation prize because I couldn't get the prize that I really wanted. So I ended up with you.
The Dear Wifey podcast is going to be a no for me. I hope it's a no for you as well. It's not the fact that that woman chose to stay married to her husband. That's really not the issue. The issue is that fine detail of taking something that traumatic and trying to rebrand it as a spiritual awakening, like this spiritual attack type of thing.
The comments flooded social media saying, "May this type of love never find me. That woman deserved better. Black men promote struggle love. This is a generational curse." And many of you tried to cancel the show itself, accusing Laterrence Whitfield of platforming Black men who degrade Black women.
Dear Future Wifey podcast, hosted by this man right here, needs to be defunded. His podcast is almost just as bad, if not worse, than the Red Pill podcast. I say this because the only married couples that he have on his show are married couples where the woman has been drugged through the mud and back. I'm talking has gone through all types of abuse, has gone through infidelity, has gone through sometimes even physical abuse, and others like married couples that should have been divorced a long time ago. And the woman in the situation will always be blaming the reason why she stayed on God and scripture and her bettering herself as a woman. You chose to deal with abuse. You chose to deal with a man actively stepping outside his marriage. And
one thing I want to say, you see the shit that she got in her face, that Sephora ring? I got a nice little, I found the page of the man from Africa. Explain detail what you're seeing, where this really come from, why women or any people want to put bull rings in their nose. It's coming. Give me a second. We're going to go through as we continue on the stream. Stay tuned. Make sure like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
you just wanted to stay anyway. Like, that's ridiculous.
So before we go any further, I want you to remember exactly how you felt when you heard Black men say those things about their wives, because the reaction was not small. It wasn't isolated. It was collective outrage. Now, before anybody gets confused, let me make something very clear. I am not bringing this up because I need permission from Black women to say what I'm about to say. I was going to say it regardless. I'm just reminding you of this moment so that you remember the emotions you felt when those statements were made, because the exact same emotions many of you felt watching those clips is exactly how Black men feel when we constantly hear Black women say things like,
I dated the toxic guys when I was younger. Yeah. I used to like the thugs.
Honestly, I didn't give the good men a chance back then.
But now that I'm older,
she want that thug love. You know, them women that come around that them niggas and they say, shut up, and they get wet, say, yes, daddy, yes.
I want a good man, someone who can provide security.
I want you to like me so much you shoot me in the foot too. Like,
but you want you what?
I want you to like me so much that if I'm trying to get out the car and you're like, no, sit your fucking ass in the car, and I'm like, no, nigga, I'm fucking getting out the car. No, you're not.
He shoots
Bow,
you in
bow.
the foot. Yeah.
Pull your gun out and show me like, bitch, leave. I wish you would walk out the door. You already pull your gun out.
Good morning, beautiful. Just want to let you know I've been thinking about you all night. Last night I had such a... Bitch, wake up. You ain't sleep, ho.
Like for me, when it comes to me and I'm going and I'm dating these guys, they want to mistreat me. But then when they go to other girls of other cultures, you know, they going above and beyond.
I think that's that Jessie Woo chick. Damn, that weed was popping.
And it's like, okay, so let me just go to the hood, because the hood already gonna go above and beyond when he comes to a girl like me, because he's gonna appreciate what I bring to the table versus a good guy who knows he has all these options. He's gonna take me for granted. So I'll just go to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Take me on the adventure I deserve.
A lot of black men just hate black women. They just do. That's why these Kevin Samuels, that's why these, like, they're flourishing, because so many men hate black women. I've seen men who I know personally are reposting Kevin Samuels, and it's like, nigga, why are you reposting him? You don't even have a job. You don't have a job. You're actually a bitch. You go around sleeping with bitches for fucking money. You use women, and here.
And you babies love it. Jesse, don't act as so that a man pull up and say, bitch, what you doing? And you came right to the nigga and you gave him some head. Stop it. Stop it, baby. I hope you don't got too much makeup on.
You are reposting Kevin Samuels, bitch. Like, what the fuck? What do you bring to the table? You can't even motherfucking bring silverware because you ain't got a pot to piss in. But here you are reposting Kevin Samuels. What the?
And you ladies love it. Y'all love it. Matter of fact, y'all still bitch and whine. Now this man been gone now for 3.5 years. And he told y'all, ladies, he told y'all, winter's coming.
So before I give my response to Ari Lennox, who I love and enjoy her music, I want you to watch this clip again. Listen carefully, not to respond, not to argue, but to understand. Because this conversation that we're about to have tonight is not even for black women. You're welcome to listen, but this message is for black men. All right? Now let's cook.
Someone cooked here.
Toxic energy. So I think there's still some more healing that I need to do, because when I look back on...
No, baby, you're done. You're done. Once time I say you still need some healing, you're done. Just put a kibosh on it. It's a wrap.
And all of these energies, it's a shame I gave them so much time and there were sweet energies that I didn't.
Yeah.
And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me if I recognized the security in those individuals at the time. And like now, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that now. I'm aware that there's something going on. There's something wrong.
What do you think it is that attracts you to like toxic energy?
I think they just seem really exciting at first. The chemistry is incredible. And they don't even always be fine. It's not even that like they're sexy or something. I mean, well, they're sexy, but they don't be the finest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's
no, stop lying, baby. It's the finest beautiful thing in your eyes to know that man tell you to shut the oven in your place. You love that toxic energy, baby. Stop it. Man, come in and say, you better shut the hell up before I give this Molly, and you're gonna be just drooling. That cat is gonna get moist and wet, ready for a man to blow that back out. Stop it. Stop it. Let's go.
just an energy. It's sometimes it's convenience, what we talk about. A lot of the sweeter energies that I felt like weren't for me. I felt I could see myself falling asleep a little bit on the phone. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's like, if boring is good or not. Like, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Like,
it's the thrill.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of it.
Yeah.
What's
absolutely.
your sign?
Aries.
Oh, yeah. Fire
What's
sign.
yours?
I'm a Leo.
Oh,
we the same person.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Leos. Yeah. Yeah.
Black men.
All right, Lennox, baby. You're Aries. You're a warrior. I could tell. But your mate selection is weak at best. Subpar at best. You love when the man does dog you and keep it pushing. I think most black women are anticipating this type of drama where a man just sit there, just takes the coochie, and eventually, use her, abuse her to the point where she says she's tired, but she's not tired, but she keeps going back to you to get more use and abuse. All right, let's keep going.
Pattern equals preference. If a black woman keeps choosing the same kind of man over and over, that is not bad luck, and it is not a coincidence. That is her type. Her dating history is a resume of what she actually likes. If every man you deal with is reckless, unstable, disrespectful, or low effort, that is the environment that woman is comfortable operating in. And at some point, we have to stop blaming an entire gender for choices that one woman or a million women continue to make. And what I despise about these conversations is how quickly women try to upgrade her by volunteering better men as rehabilitation centers. As soon as a black woman goes viral saying, all black men are trash, the comments rush in telling her, you're dating the wrong black men. You need to date a better caliber of black men.
Hey, fuck you, all right? Hey, what am I, an asshole? Get the fuck out of here. It's right here, all right?
No, the fuck she don't. Nobody stops to ask whether the kind of black men that they're recommending would even want her in his life. Why would you put that evil on a disciplined, peaceful, and responsible black man? That type of man is not a safe haven for an unhealed woman with years of relationship trauma. He is not obligated to inherit years of bad habits, bitterness, comparison, and emotional chaos just because strangers on the internet feel uncomfortable telling her the truth. If the men she keeps choosing move a certain way, communicate a certain way, and live a certain way, that is where she functions best. That type of black woman needs to make it work with her type or date out.
Whitey. If you're black, nothing for you. But if you're white, there's something for you.
Recent estimates show 0.5% white men in the United States are married to black women. Adjusted this to the current data that estimates a now between 0.5 and 1 of marriage today. Recent estimates show 0.5% of white men in the United States are married to black women. Adjusting this to current data, this estimate as the same thing. Very low, very low. In good numbers. Let's go.
Everything's on the prowl in search of a white man.
Whenever a black woman goes viral tearing down a black man, the loudest prescription she gets online from other black women is, girl, just date a white man, expecting another group of men to function as cleanup men. While she keeps the same attitudes that destroyed her previous relationships, it's not growth, it's delusion. Think about it. If a man kept choosing chaotic women, nobody would tell him he deserves a wife-ready queen without changing himself first. They would tell him to fix his standards and stop chasing what matches his dysfunction. Women deserve the same level of honest accountability. Becoming better is the only requirement for better. Not complaining louder, not rebranding trauma, and not trying to pawn off unresolved damage onto black men who are actually doing the right things. Make it work with your type or date out.
And that's my book right there. Given that the black women get very little interest from white men, experience like Deborah suggests that even that paltry interest may be driven by Puritan interest. White men we interviewed confirmed the notion that blacks women were both highly sexual and unsuitable for lasting relationships. The dating divide. God damn it. Anyhow.
And furthermore, when I look in the comment section, whenever this topic comes up, one of the most common responses I see from black women is, other races of women do this too. They date the toxic guys, meaning other women also go through phases in their younger years while they date men who may not be the best long-term partners, sometimes called bad boys.
Seems Elaine's made you the bad boy, and Anna digs the bad boy. I'm the bad boy.
Or toxic men, or whatever label women want to use. And to be fair, I don't necessarily disagree with that statement. It is entirely possible that women of all races go through periods of exploration in their younger years, or the whole phase. Human behavior is complex, and the statistics do not measure who someone was attracted to, who they dated, or whether those men were toxic. The data does not say that the men who fathered children were toxic men. There is no statistical readout that measures that. However, what the statistics do measure are birth patterns. And when you look at those birth patterns using CDC National Survey of Family Growth from 2015 to 2019, an interesting pattern emerges. The CDC report breaks down age at first birth by race. When we calculate the percentage of women who had their first child before age 29, the numbers look like this.
According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, National Survey of Family Growth, about 61% of Black women have ever had a child, while about 46% of Black men have fathered a child. When researchers look only at those who are already parents, the timing of the first birth is fairly similar. Among parents, about 89.4% of Black mothers had their first child before age 30, while about 74.
And look at that data. Look at all that information. Look at that. Look at that. Black fathers 74.6% before 30. Black men 34% before 30. Okay. Entire populations, but parent only 84. That's like almost 90%. Damn. All right, let's go.
6% of Black fathers had their first child before age 30. But when we convert those numbers to the entire population of Black men and Black women, the comparison changes because many adults have not yet become parents. After accounting for that, the data shows that roughly 54% of all Black women have had a child before age 30, while about 34% of Black men have fathered a child before age 30. So depending on which denominator you use, parents only or the entire population, you see two different perspectives in the data. Among Black parents, the majority of both Black mothers and Black fathers had their first child before age 30. But when we look at the entire population, the data shows that Black women are more likely to have children earlier, while many Black men become fathers later or not at all during those same years.
What that means is nearly 9 out of 10 Black mothers had their first child before the age of 29. Research consistently shows that the average first marriage for Black women is about 30 to 31 years old. So, if 89.4% of Black mothers had their first child before age 29, and the average first marriage happens around age 30 to 31, then statistically, there is a high probability that many women enter their first marriage already having a child. So again, the statistics are not judging anyone's life choices. They are simply showing when births tend to occur relative to marriage timing. If the majority of Black women's births occur before age 29, and if marriage typically occurs after age 30, then the decisions people make in their younger years can carry long-term implications for relationships and family formation. That is simply the reality reflected in the numbers. I don't care about how you feel. I don't care about your anecdotal feeling. Those are the facts. And those facts is also why I often tell Black men something very simple. Do not assume it is your responsibility to be someone's rescue plan. If a woman openly says that she spent her younger years pursuing a certain type of men she describes as toxic or unstable, and now she's searching for a good man to settle down with, you have to ask yourself a difficult question. Are you truly her type? Or are you the safe option after the fact?
Well, to most men, the answer was given. Once our past is aligned to potential of her future, it's evident that you are the backup plan. And it's even more of a death toll if she has kids by that time, which most of them still are. And even the new data shows now that what's coming out, more Black women are not going to have kids like that in the next 4 years. From what they said, how things are trending right now. That's just a rumor, but we're not sure if that's going to fall through. But we'll see. Let's keep going.
Black men should not feel obligated to step into situations where they are expected to clean up the consequences of choices they had nothing to do with. There are women of every race, both in the United States and around the world, who did not structure their dating lives around chasing unstable partners. Those women exist, and those women are the women men should prioritize. So before I end, let me also say this. When I reference Ari Lennox and her comments about being attracted to toxic men in the past, I'm not speaking directly about her personal life. She doesn't have children, and this discussion is not meant to single her out. Her comments simply reflect a very common narrative that appears in Black conversations about dating, particularly online. So the point here is not about one individual Black woman. It is about a broader pattern of expectations of Black men within the Black community. So Black men, remember this. Make her make it work with her type. You are not anyone's backup plan. You deserve better. You do not have to settle for something that you don't want just because you have the pressure of the Black community on your back. Stand the fuck up and make the choices for your damn selves. Peace.
All right. All right. Let's look now. Everything is quiet. So now that's the first half. First half. Now let's run some videos here of some good image of one particular woman with locks, her views. And this is one of the few women you got to be very careful, as she already shown liking for her choices. Video 1, roll the video. Yeah, I want to see again. Let's play it again. 5 kids, 5 baby moms, that's her type. A cheater light, that's her type. A homosexual with no card, always ask for money, her type. Provider, protector. You see, look at the face she make. Look at the stink face. Look at that stink face right there. Very disturbing. Very disturbing. She said you doing what you're supposed to do. She don't like that. She get turned off. Matter of fact, that dries the pussy very quick. If you think about it, gentlemen. Very quick. These are women you gotta be very careful. Especially, and I think she has a sapphire ring. She might have a nose ring. Let's check. I can't tell. She might not, but that's beside the point. That's one of them videos. All right. Next video. You know what? In fact, do I got it in my archives? Let's see. Hold on. I'm just checking something, guys. Hold on. All right, let's keep going. This video right here of why you gotta be careful with certain women, ladies. I mean, gentlemen. Let's go.
Today are basically prostitutes. Even if you're married, you're a prostitute. In a way, I don't think most women are into sex. They're into what sex can bring them. Yeah. Which is the money, all the fun trips, the surgeries, the makeup, the clothes, everything they can put on the gram. They're in it to satisfy your itch so they can get what they want. But in the end, they don't want to have it. They want to get the marriage bill, pop out the child so they can get the bag secured, and then they're retired. All women today.
Well said. This is modern women, and said that most of them are engaged in transactional activity. And you are the trick, gentlemen. Yes, you are the trick. You better pay to play, for lack of better words. All right, next video. But actually, before I find this video right here, I gotta double check my archives. 1 second. Trying to find this thing here. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find the video. Let me see if this is the one. This might be the video. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I think this is the video. All right, so let me do this. Oh, I'm not gonna play the whole video. I'm only gonna play this one. Just the highlights of this because I want to make a point here. A lot of things. Where is my thing? All right. And this from Desline, but and this is white women and their views. But matter of fact, I got some videos right now of her right now. So meanwhile, while I'm doing that, let me fast forward this. All right, let's go back. Scrolling up. All right, so let me run this video here. Let's go.
If you're wondering where we are as a society, it's here. Why do white girls like black men? Let's see the comments. No standards. I feel they have a low self-esteem, get anything better. Why is it always people like this that think they're the superior race? Because them and ones don't get no white male attention. Well, I'm a white dude. I tattooed my black to get all the FAT white women hanging low with a pretty afro. Spelled trailer trash wrong. Stupidity, mudshakery, anti-white education. They like being single moms. They have no self-esteem. They're THERE effing stupid.
There you have it. You think that's bad? Wait till I play more. There's more. I mean, there's more? Yes, there's more. Matter of fact, don't believe me? Watch this. Hold on. I got some more. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah, welcome back to the culture, the hottest broadcast in the game. Go to my playlist section. We have already released over 60 time was unique. Now, as you already know, brand new music video out now. Check it out. So you already know we got to get back to it. And before we get into today's episode, taking a look at some of the calamity taking place inside the community, I want to get into some clips, right? So we have this this so-called pastor, this Christian pastor, right? He about the black community, right? And I'm gonna let him say his piece, and then right after I'm gonna get into some clips. I'm not even gonna say nothing. You know, usually on my channel I like to debunk and come out and shut down their points, but I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let the ladies, you know, cook them and get them out of here, right? So anyway, I'm gonna get into this guy's clip. I'm not even gonna give him no clout. I'm not gonna mention his name. I'm gonna play the clip, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play some clips of the ladies, you know, cooking them, you know, getting them out of here, packing them up. Anyway, let's get into it. I'll be right back.
All black people are impulsive, lazy. I could list some particular sins. And again, in general, of course there are exceptions. I'm not thinking of Thomas Sowell, you know, not thinking of Clarence Thomas.
All right, we back. Now, I don't even know how a so-called Christian pastor even got on that topic, right? But obviously he said, you know, shout out to Thomas Sowell and shout out to Clarence Thomas. Like I said, if these type of individuals are giving you a shout out, you need to thoroughly reevaluate some things. But anyway, like I said, I'm not even going to waste no time, any of my mental faculties trying to debunk his position, right? I'm going to let the ladies, I'm going to let the women of his own community and women of various communities pack them up and get them out of here. I'm not even gonna do no talking. I'm gonna let the ladies do the talking, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get into today's episode of The Culture. So anyway, play the clip. I'll be right back.
People need to stop bringing black people into quite literally any conversation about race. I made a video talking about how I feel unsafe around white men, and the first comment is, well, what about black men? Number one, I was not talking about black men in this video whatsoever. What is your fucking obsession talking about black men specifically? And you know the person who commented this is white. It is a constant and chronic obsession with what black men are doing 24/7. And number two, when I'm talking about my experiences with white men, my negative experiences, please stop bringing up other races. Because yes, while other races can commit crimes or do other things, my own personal experiences have been white men who have assaulted me or have made me feel unsafe time and time again.
There is something about black men sleeping with white women who they view as their possessions that really gets them feeling angry, like they aren't good enough, because let's face it, they aren't. And white men are obsessed with black men's penises. Like, they talk about it often online. You'll see comments like, I bet she takes black dick or whatever. It's
Yes, because remember, it's to measure up, because they're losing their position and power in the world. So all they have is to try to dominate you physically with brute force and with resource, with their little wallets, to keep you in line, Sarah, Annie, or any other Becky, you know. But it comes to a point where you say, well, that's not enough. You're going to give me, offer something better. And they can't. What it sure as hell going to offer you is brutality. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's listen more.
fucking weird and genuinely unsettling how much they talk about black men. If they weren't insecure, if they didn't feel jealous, then why would they talk about it? They wouldn't. Genuinely so embarrassing on their end, because quite literally anybody can see through like what they're doing.
Let's talk about the problem of digital blackface, because it's a real fucking problem. And what I mean by this are white men in particular who create alt burner accounts in order to impersonate a black person or just a person of color, generally speaking.
Yeah.
There are 3 reasons they do this. The first one is that they want some more credibility for their racism. They know that if they get on there showing their white face, that they're going to be immediately called out because it's racist. But if they pretend to be a black person, they can get away with it. The second reason that they do this is for the exact reason that minstrel shows were popular. They pretend to be a black person because they want to spam the N-word, or they want to enact these racial stereotypes about black people. It gives them a sense of joy to be able to impersonate this caricature of a black person that they have created and that has historically been perpetuated by white media. And it's really disgusting and fucking weird.
It's because white American men grow up with a sense of entitlement that the entire world revolves around them. Both times that I have experienced assault in my past have been at the hands of white men, and of course the justice system did absolutely nothing to protect victims.
Part of the thing that white men don't realize, when you are the product of a white man and a minority woman, you unfortunately see white supremacy play out in personal relationships. My dad is extremely racist, and he's never dated, that I know of since high school, he's never dated a white woman. Every woman that he has dated has been indigenous, except for his current wife that is black, he will still refer to black people by the N-word. We're no contact. But there's a conversation I saw at one point of women.
He refers to him as the N-word while he's in bed clapping cheeks of a black woman, and black woman's sister comfortably allow it and still sucks this man. Ain't that some? Wow, what a shame. All right, let's keep going.
Women talking about how white men treat them better. And I kind of shut my mouth because it's not my place, for one. But as someone who was raised as a product of that type of relationship, there are white men, J.D. Vance, who target women in marginalized groups because of the power dynamics and because they can get away with more, right? Like my father has been to prison multiple times over his life for attacking his partners, all marginalized women. So I think sometimes it shows up as them wanting you to identify as white, because why would you ever give up the privilege of being white? But also them being able to feel a little bit of power and control in being the white person in the relationship, specifically the white man in the relationship.
Guys, I am telling you, there's an actual
problem going on with America. I live in New England, and I have a bunch of clients from Haiti.
Okay.
And one of my clients last week told me that at her place of work in Boston, that there is a white man who comes in weekly, ugly, disheveled, seemingly homeless, and terrorizing the immigrant women, the black women, women of color in general that he knows come from different countries, and telling them, marry me and be my sex slave or I'll call ICE on you. Managers have gotten involved. They've called the police. The man has left by the time the police has arrived. But this is an actual issue going on. Recently, someone told me they were going to have me deported for rejecting him, and he was a white guy, and I'm a citizen.
And I want to know who the fuck told y'all that white men were superior? Who told y'all that white men were the go-to men? Okay, do y'all not know any white women? Do y'all not follow any white women? Do y'all not see any white women getting on y'all timeline? Okay, they complain about their men just as much, if not more. Okay, I don't know who told y'all that white men were rich. They should be. They had a 400-year head start, but they are not rich. And I don't know who told y'all that. He's not rich just because he is white. Okay, that's how y'all get manipulated, because y'all go into the situation thinking, oh yeah, I got me a white man, he got money.
But my fair wonderful lady that's on the screen about why they think white man is not rich is not because he might have the assumption that he might come from wealth, but the real end game to a lot of black women that really entertain white men is one thing and one thing only. Y'all know I'm about to play. Y'all know what listen, I'm about to play. The real honest truth why they interact and deal with white men is because they want the mixed baby.
21 years military, 13 years overseas since 1994. All the white men I knew during my service military with black baby mamas would never put on child support. Explain this reality, black woman. No, they got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right? They got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right? They got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right? They got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right?
You a goddamn from God!
Need I say more? Let's continue.
No, he's using his credit cards and he's $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in credit card debt.
A white man tried to give me HIV. So you could imagine how it hurt my soul when I saw that Russian man who went across Africa having unprotected sex with women, underprivileged women, who thought that he would give them a better life, but all he gave them was HIV. And it makes me feel so sad because me living in America, I had access to health care. I was able to get on PEP within the 3 days after my encounter with that white man. But most of my sisters in Africa don't have that help. It just hurts my soul, bro. White men are so fucking evil. Like, on another note, black women, close your legs to these colonizers. They are out here giving out HIV. Close your legs. Close your legs.
My God.
They want you to be super, super skinny or have that little girl look, which is weird.
No,
the
it's
white men
not.
have a weird thing with that. Wanting.
No, you must have a young girl or a little girl body for them to enter because they are by default sick.
Women to look like little girls. That's weird.
All right, we back.
All right.
Now, like I said, I don't got.
So that's much I'm going to show so far. Now let's look at some other tapes. Let's look at this one here of the ones that are mixed. Why other groups reject not only certain black women, but the mixed breeds. Let's watch. Let's go.
That you would go for?
No.
Let's go.
And she's somebody that you would go for?
No.
Why not?
I only date Asian.
I'm half Asian.
I date full Asian.
Goddamn.
Okay.
And you can't tell that she's not really full. Well, she says she is mixed, so hard to tell.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What's the type of girl? I like white girls. No offense. I want a white woman.
has me some good white children. Black women, you need to have more black children. You can only have really beautiful black children if you have them with black men. White men will not produce the same thing.
You hear, Mr. Charlie? He said, go produce a black baby and stop your noise. Get on your knees, on your back, or whatever, and produce that Negro child. Stop going here begging non-black men for the mixed child. Because, like Mr. Charlie said, I cannot produce the black babies for you, but I'm sure as hell going to wait on. Let me remove this because this is annoying. He said, I'm sure as hell going to produce the mixed child. And you know, a lot of black women, let's be honest, they don't mind that. And the reason why, because a lot of them are secret divestors in heart and mind. And they are waiting for the opportunity with Mr. Charlie to produce the bastard child. And it's so disturbing. So disturbing. All right. Next video.
Be Hispanic, they'll all date black men. But now, when it comes to this, Indian men that are billionaires, there are Chinese men that are billionaires. They stay in their own race. Now, is that entirely because they, love their race, or is it because they don't have universal appeal? So the fact that black men are dating outside of their race, it's not because they love other races. I actually think they like black women more than anything. Yeah. It's just that other women flock to them and don't let them stay within their own race.
See that? Even Saudi has said that black men still give you chicks the time of day to say, yeah, I'm gonna mess with Sarah, I'm gonna mess with Miss Khan, I'm gonna mess with Ling Ling over here, but at the end of the day, I need some black, box, and I need to shoot up the box to produce the black offspring, which you ladies are still doing. God damn it. And let's keep going.
I really don't. I see so many women whose dream is to have a child with a black man, or they just want a black man more than anything else. And they dream about it, they think about it, and even when they date white men, they'll talk about it. So, like, what do you expect? It's not the same. They're not sitting there having conversations with their white guy and saying, "Can I get a hall pass for a Chinese man?" They're not saying that. So, is it really black men choosing white women, or is it that other? I don't believe it's their choice to be with other women. I think other women don't let them live with just black women. And I think if you give a black man a choice, they will usually choose black women. Yeah. They usually will choose black women. Or if they go to other races, it's because she has black women features. It's not really because, so they love their blackness. It's just that we all love your blackness. And so you don't get a choice.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah, because I just don't like even when they say things like, oh yeah, the black men sleep with so many women and they never faithful. Sorry, Bob, in your house, you would love to be unfaithful, you just can't. So it's just, I think it's not really about black men. I think it's the appeal they have and the testosterone. And I really think it boils down to masculinity. They exude more testosterone and masculinity than other races. So they become universally desired by women. Now, this is not all women. I'm just saying in general, they have more. You could travel to any country, you join Tinder, girls will match with you. It's any country. Now, if you do that same thing as and I don't mean this to stigma, I'm saying this as a South Asian woman. If you say that as a Pakistani man or as a Vietnamese man, you don't have the same luck. So is it really you seeking other women or other women seeking you?
Okay. Well said. Take this off. So now we got through most of these little videos, and let me see if there's any more videos that I forgot to really, talk about or touch on, for lack of better words. Make sure you guys like the stream, share the stream. There was one video of this woman, acting like an animal. I'm not really up to showing that. What is this? Let me see what this is.
There's a deeper reason men.
Oh, wait. I forgot about this video. This one's a very important video. Oh, why I forgot about this? Oh my. I'm gonna post this right here. Very important video. Where is the video? Okay. Where is it? I was trying to find it, guys. I had it earlier. Trying to find it. I had it earlier, guys. Hold on. Where is that? I pass it? Oh, yes. Here we go.
Deeper reason men love women with BBLs. You may already know the unfortunate story of Sarah Bartman. How Europeans locked her in a cage and made a public mockery of her natural shape. But they would go back and violate her, ultimately giving her syphilis, which would make her pass. Her environment may have made her think her shape wasn't beautiful. Even me, growing up in Alaska with a white mom, white friends, 99%.
Now, this woman, she is a gym expert, a gym specialist, for those that see on the monitor. She got nice eyes. An attractive woman. I think she's like in her 30s, I think. She putting a lot of work in her body. I'll let y'all be the judge of that, but I did not know that she had an actual white mother, because they said she's from Trinidad, her parents from Trinidad, but I just don't see it. But it explains more that, yeah, I could see more European in you than anything else. I don't know if your father's black, but that's not start. But let's play more.
White people, I thought skinny was the standard of beauty. I was the only black girl and I was tiny, but they still teased me for being curvy because they were even smaller. Now, once my environment changed, so did my desire to want to learn how to build that ass. In an article from Psychology Today, neuroscientist Stephen Plattek found that viewing women with curvy figures stimulates a powerful internal reward system, lighting up the same pleasure centers in men's brains that are targeted by codeine and Darwin.
And this right here, I know where she get this from. This is some Psychological Today. I'm not sure that's accurate. I might do. Let me snip of that. I'm gonna take a look at that. See if that's even accurate. 1 second. Oh, wrong one. Shit. All right. I just gotta highlight this. See if this is accurate. All right. Let's keep going. Hold on. Let's see. All right, let's keep playing.
Ladies go under the knife because they want curves in the butt, but not the gut. But they can just take these.
Nah. Yeah, I don't really advocate you taking pills, baby. You're going to have to do like the old-fashioned, go in the gym, lift weights, and all that stuff. All right. But thank you, sweet. Thank you. And thank you for all that. All right. Okay. Enough of that. And as I'm doing this, let me double check, see if this is right. Is this post true? Okay, it's not really actually true. So it's missing. What is missing is that all men prefer 67% are not universal. Prefer very culture about body types and contexts. Some population prefer 0.6 to 0.8. Okay. Hundreds of studies all agree overstating. Many studies support this, but only factors: body mass, facial features, personality, culture. Okay. All right, so it's not really completely true, so I'm not sure what she's talking about. Yeah. All right. So now we're another half. Now what we're gonna move forward. I'm gonna drop the call link for those that want to join this conversation. Now, call links for those who want to come up. Let's have some discussions. All right, put it in the chat room. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through 2 articles. One about the analyzing the market value of, they said body, but really it's more than that. But with men's psychology. All right, so let me see. I'm going to share this now. And make sure everything is good. Okay, let me move her. All right. All right, let's see. All right. Let's analyze the markets. Analyze the markets of values of fat boobs. This is written back 2 years ago. Many are men with money are attracted to women. We could thus find out how much other traits are worth based on how much money women would trade for. E.g., one study found that women would take on $175K hit to a man income for him to be a 6 foot instead of 5'6". So if we want to know the market value of a woman's traits, we can see how much more men would be willing to pay to access women with those traits. And what better place to go looking than at the hoes in escort listings. Women generally price themselves as high as they can while still maintaining enough booking, and you get a list of their physical attributes: hair, colors, eyes, color, body type, height, etc. Trice in the website feature what they call escort listings and explodes the popularity of the last few years. And I think in current the top escort directories of the US, someone scraps trustees and sent the data of 17K profiles, and here are presenting them in the trying to feel like mid-range listing sites to me, lower in sites 10 feature creative misspells, etc. And some sick stuff. Let's read more of this. I'm not sure how long this article is. This article looks like it's big. And yeah. So let me do this. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me check my make sure everything's good. Hold on a second, guys. All right. Let me see if I can move. One moment. All right. Let me continue reading this article. And there's some pictures of these women showing themselves so scandalous. Expected. Which I don't really worry about. My guess is that a lot of these actual agencies were to talk to some centralized office, and then they send you out a girl that's probably not going to be the girl in the photo to extend the sex trafficking, etc. Wait, what's this? Sorry about that, guys. A lot of pausing. But I had some earlier, but anyhow, let's keep going. Man. Scrolling down here. This looks like more of a synapse of the escort economy, which I gotta read anyway. But this is something. How long is this article? Shit, I can't tell. I'm just gonna skim through this article for y'all, the viewers, to look at. Let me see. Yeah, I'll just do that. All right, let me pull it back up. Hold on. All right. Obviously, this is perfect. The price of escorts choosing to list herself at doesn't necessarily correspond to the income. For example, I have the highest price of a publicized listing escorts in the world, but I really take appointments, etc. But I get plenty of income from one escort thing I'm escorting for fun. I'm not opinionized for income, but still we might expect listings prices to be slightly affected by things like this is the full-time job, and to what degree is she willing to take a hit to a total income in order to preserve ego signaling. Also, my analysis is on self-reporting data. This is how women choose to represent themselves, which might be more flattering and skewed. And this is the diagram of the total escorts profitable by this link. Higher rates of states are in the red. I think it's Nevada. These only look at profiles that listed one city, which is 16K profiles. There's an additional 2K profit that lists more than one city. Hold on, guys. All right. I'm just looking at my other device, see where everything's going. The average hour price for an escort in the United States. Women, trans, non-binary, trans. So women obviously is the highest because we live in a society that, you know, escort is more designed for the women. It's interesting that what they call T women are charging nearly as much as cis women, which I don't like that word, but okay. Surprised the cis, it has an average rate of over 300. I checked many of the highest prices men, and they legit profile, blah, blah, blah. 94.4% of the profiles listed were marked as women, 2.4% were T women, 1.8 were men, 1.1 were non-binary, and etc. Some notes of the data cleaning people have widely varied prices strategies, some designed for very fast appointments and some long. For example, if someone listed 15 minutes appointments only, I would multiply this by 4 through the reality that personal probability would charge 4 times the cost for an hour appointment. That means the shorter appointments, which are usually associated with lower end rates, are likely bumped up in escort prices, and the reverse hold true for high end rates. Also, people have different rates for in calls, Viva out calls on average. In calls were 500, whereas out calls are 550. To make the graph, I took people in call rates first, and if they had no in call list, then I insert the out calls rates, and that might wrap the number and probably only a little become the vast majority of people having in call rates. And these are the data here. Location impacts of high. How much independent escort charge for 1 hour? And this is the color skew. Eye color impacts low. Average price for escort in US by eye color. Green eyes has the highest. Woo! I did not know that. I thought most people would prefer a woman mostly non-black, blonde hair preferably, or brunette, but mostly blonde with blue eyes. From the color-coded spectrum, looks like green eyes has the highest in regards to pricing. Did not know that. And that's upwards to $500 and almost $30. That's something new. Green eyes beats that range. That's something to think about. So if you depending who you hire as a woman and you choose the type of color structure you're looking for, if you ask for specifics, the price goes up for those that don't know. Good to know. The gap here range from $31, which means this is pretty mild impact. It probably confounds by ethnicity. Next, hair color. Like it again, blonde hair, highest. Brunette, second. Or is it dark brunette, I think. Then light brown, then red, and then black, less, and multicolor. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Oh wow. I don't know, man. That's just ridiculous, man. Oh, guys. All right, let me look. All right, so that was the eyes color. That's hair color. Blonde, always the highest. Like I said, second to blue or green eyes. Brunette, which is second. Strawberry blonde, I don't know what that is. Amber, red, not much. Black, neon, silver. Now, ethnicity, the impact mediums. In my data, ethnicity categories was a little loose. There seems to be a mix of choosing from drop down, listening to fill in the blanks, and there were weird income inconsistency between this. Meaningful difference between income from Caucasians. I just grouped all reports ethnicities into overarching categories, and I'm the only including one with a sample size of 100. So take the following with a grain of salt. Asians, 576, because they're more demure, softer, etc. Unknown, no ethnicity data, $535. Whites, Caucasian, 513. Hispanics, 512. Others, 500. Mixed, 407. And who's on the bottom of the list? Black. That means black women, you are always on the bottom. You're not even third. You are on the bottom. If the data here is good, reminder that there is suspect things of the original cause and could track down. So this is the data roughly matching the average wealth class ethnicity in the U.S. and other areas. Among all the profile, 41 were white, Caucasian, 16 were unknown, 12 were black, African, 11 were Hispanic, Latino, 8% were other, 8% were mixed, 3% were Asian, Middle Eastern, etc., Pacific Islander, and that's it. Body types impact. Now, this is a good one. Average by hour, from 5 to 600. Slim, you get the most money. It goes back to weight again. For those that don't know, and to make sure I'm seeing myself good here, the weight issue. You're not going to escape it, ladies. I'm not sure why you're thinking that your exception rule of escaping being too big or too fat. That's not what's showing the data. Especially those that sell themselves. The slimmer and athletic fit always win and pan out. Curvy chubby, you lose some money. Average, you lose some money. Thick BBL, you don't get much, nothing. You're getting scrappings. And that BBL said big, black and beautiful, big, beautiful, and wide, what you want to call it, is an understatement. pretty self-explanatory. Originally tried to separate people describing themselves as thin from people saying thin but with curves, but those groups earn exactly the same amount as just struggling merging them. Keep in mind, I had to make a lot of classification judgments calls here. Where does thick fall exactly? And if someone includes multiple descriptions, athletic BBWs include them in whatever category, what's heavier? For those that don't know. Body size impact height highs. Boobs, top of list. By slim, thin, curvy BBW, it lowers down. So the more slim and thin or athletic, but you have a good bust size, you're going to have a lot more money. But if you're just fat and curvy and you have big boobs, it's very declining. Boob size is impact a lot of person's overall weight. So to avoid weight as a co-founder, I plot slim and curvy people separate and combine curvy to BBWs into one category. For slim escorts, boob size predict their hourly rates, and lot for curvy BBWs less so suspect and uptick to price at a B cup size comes from misclassification thinner escorts with smaller boobs and use thicker words to describe themselves, and thus my cleaning caught into the large categories not sure through in the information, whereas the escorts had boob implants. The height impacts low. The taller, you might make more money as taller. So average height for a woman is better suited. The shorter you are, you don't really see much money, but as you get to 5'7", 5'10", is a slight uptake. So we're looking at, if you're around model size 5'7", 5'8", that's most you're gonna make your money from here. I'm surprised height had the strongest effect at all, and that was favorite to 5'9", 5'10". I would have predicted 5'6" or so would have won out, and I would expect 5'4" and 5'3", but no story. Age impacts. Very good question about the age. It does vary. 18, 19, obviously you're at the top, the highest peak. 20 to 29, still treading highly. But as you get older from 30, it starts to dip. So we must understand there is ageism for a reason. There's purpose for that. It's interesting to see that women in their 30s don't have their significant a drop off. The real wall, if we want to call it, it happens upon entry of 40, and even that of not a huge wall. But it is. The wall starts at 35. So when you look at this, keep in mind, it starts to decline as you hit 30. OnlyFans impact low. Women with OnlyFans earn $30 more than they have in yeah. All right. All right, let's keep going. And these are like special words for escorts, you know. So that's it for this article. So this is the escort and the rating of escorts and age gapism. And really, truly, this portion of this segment is really have a more clear understanding for those that don't know. This right here is more a subject analyze the market values of escorts and big boobs. So hope you like this segment of this stream. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. And please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. All right. Now, one more article, well, actually one more book that really reveals this thing about the separatism not separate. What do they call it? Well, I like to prefer there's a special word they call it. I'm trying to find the name of it. Sapphire nose ring. Yes. And if I do this, because I want to show the image here so you guys can see this. And matter of fact, I'll do this better. Let me edit this. I'm going to do this instead, guys. And I'm going to make my avatar bigger because I'm going to read to y'all. Let me see. And I'm going to pull it up now. If I have it still. Where is that PDF? I know I had it here somewhere, guys. Is this one? No, it's not that one. Well, I'm gonna find it, guys. 1 second. That's weird. All right. So I'm gonna have to do this. I'm going to have to go old school. This one, guys. I don't see the article, surprisingly. No, actually, the book itself. So I'm going to pull it up. Ah, here it is. Okay, we're going to read it together. Here is the book. And this is dealing with the nose rings and really is real intentions of the nose ring and what most stupid women don't understand, or dudes don't understand, that they think as a work of art is culture, is something that we're passed down to the ancestors to have a bull ring. No, that's bullshit. And here is the article. I mean, here is the section of the book. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see that crap. Hide this. Let me see. I'm going to zoom in, guys. Let me see it. Oh, no, okay. So you guys can see this. All right, scarification. This is the one. And I'm gonna, let's see, you guys can see this. Oh, y'all guys, all right. As you can see, the lady here with the bull's ring here, it's hard to see. You might not be able to see it here. I'm not, no, let me change the avatar. You're not gonna see it like that. Yeah, I probably will show a picture, because picture will show better than this, because this is not a good representation. Let me remove this avatar, because that won't work. All right. I'm gonna go back to my original avatar. I'm just gonna show you a picture of the bull's ring I'm talking about, because most people don't know what I'm talking about. So first, I'm gonna pull up the picture. this lady here, she has a bull ring. All right. For those that don't understand what bull ring, the bull ring is like the sapphire nose ring. Is here up here. You might see it's upper nose, the fin that attached nose. That's the sapphire bull ring. All right. So you have understand this is the context. Now let's look at the literature. Hold on. Oh, just happened. Hold on. The literature. All right, this is the literature. For those that don't understand where it came from, why we like to follow things without any context. It says here, number 18. I know of a little late in this, but a while back you talk about scarification and how it was a symbol of our self-hate. I may not be quoting you correctly, but anyway, from outside looking in, I look at scars and I like their appearance, but at the same time, I am not once suffering and receiving the understanding of my position that blah, blah, blah. Watch a documentary showing scarification of young children, boys around one age, 2, 4, I think. Anyway, one of the people interviewed spoke about how it brings the children into reality, this sense that if it's not always happy, that useful that they take through the eyes for it. But I can see the relation to colonization and missionaries and that just perversion. A lot correctly under the rights passage. I want to point out where I cite you're calling God him. How does the relate ancient Africans are you calling God man? Wait, is this the right one? Yep, that's right. This is what the guy says in answering about the scarification. From cutting themselves to putting bowls rings, big loop earrings. This is the response. I'm afraid you did misquote me. Scarification was never a symbol of self-hate. One of the contraries, it was out of self-love and love of each other that our people resort to such an extreme measures. They know that the slavers desired the most beautiful of our people in order to get the highest price in the slave market. So they scar themselves to make themselves ugly. The scar themselves to make themselves look ugly. And then read that again. For those in the back. It was out of self-love and love of each other that our people resort to such an extreme measures. They knew that the slavers, the ones that was taking them up under, snatched them in their homes back in Africa, desired the most beautiful of our people in order to get the highest price in the slave market. In other words, during enslavement, they don't capture skill or potential better workers. They capture the most attractive and most beautiful within the group to put into chains and be sold into the slave/black markets. For those that don't know, y'all did not know that, right? Y'all know that, right? When you put bulls rings, big ass loop earrings, like the ones that like those big rings and tear the line structure of your ears, the skin, making the skin stretch, you are scarifying yourself to make yourself look unattractive for the whole world to see because it's something that was passed down to you epigenetically and you didn't know why you do it. That makes it look unattractive and ugly. End of story. This enables them to stay with their beloveds. Obviously, to go to such extremes is a result of self-love and desire to survive among one own beloved. Later on, when slavery was over, the customs remained even though the real reason had long been forgotten. Because customs, especially old ones, are treated with much reverence, the custodians of customs, and each tribe then devised different reasons in order to continue them. And in some places, the customs were modified and made more palatable. So today, there are as many different reasons for it as there are tribes. God is both him and her. God is in both the black man and women. And the use of the word he is at fault of the English language. You agree that the cumbersome and distractions to keep saying him, she, blah, 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 and that's all that. And let me see again. All right, that's it. Okay. And that's it. But the purpose of why people scar themselves goes back to, again, they do it in regards to protect themselves from being captured by the slavers. Because all they want was people that are attractive and beautiful to sell in the market at the highest price. They can't sell you when you start butcher and damage your face and any part of your body for anybody to buy you. So anytime you see a woman, any woman generally, with a sapphire's ring on, she is declaring herself ugly, disfigured, disgusting, for no man or any person to look at them and give them any respect. So I hope that helps, guys. That's just the line. That's the bottom line of why most men today look at sapphire rings or any form of disfigurement of the face as a form of not only rebellion, but a form of disgust and uglification of the woman. Hope this helps. But what y'all say in the comment section? Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to be a member of the Chaos Ranger Show. And I'm looking forward to hearing the comments on this one, because a lot was said, and a lot of women are not gonna like this. They're gonna think it's bullshit. But I don't care. This is what the facts are facts. This is the information why most people in the content did it back then and still do it today, because they lost the way and have no understand why they did it, and they carry traditions that were never explained to them because it was a form of protection from being captured more by the thousands and made millions of that time. Hope this helps. Thank you. All right, guys, that's it for today's stream. Been here long enough. Enough was good. Enough was said. Hope you like this, enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys go back to the playback of this. You can clip up some of the segments of the stream if you want, if you made this far. I don't care. Make use of the videos and the articles I present here for your own educational purpose and educational purpose only. Let me see anything else here. Yeah. All right, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for watching today's stream. I have nothing else to say. Until next time, guys. And I mean, you know, till next time, and I really mean till next time. The Chaos Ranger.
Midnight whispers, velvet shadows fall again. In the silence of desire, let the chaos reign. Neon halos in the rain, ghosts of lovers call my name. Velvet darkness on your skin, pull me deeper into sin. Every touch just dancing